Hello everyone! Y a-t-il des libéraux dans la salle? Ah, bonsoir tout le monde! Merci! Merci mes amis! Thank you all. Thank you all for being here tonight. It has been an eventful couple of days. It hasn't been easy, and that's why I'm so happy to see you guys. You know, it's hard not to feel happy when we're like this, among liberals, among family, because that's what we really are, a big family. Now, like most families, sometimes we have fights around the holidays. But of course, like most families, we find our way through it. You know, I love this country. I deeply love this party. I love you guys. And love is what families are all about. Ça fait du bien de vous voir. Merci. Merci à Brenda pour ton introduction, mais surtout pour tout ton travail. Merci aussi évidemment à Claudette Kermanda pour ce beau message. C'est toujours important de se rappeler de notre histoire et de toutes les raisons pour lesquelles on est si chanceux de vivre ici ensemble au Canada. Merci Claudette. Before we go any further, I want to give a shout out to Madison, our candidate for yesterday's by-election in BC. And to every single Liberal who was on the ground or on the phone these past weeks to get out the vote. You all worked incredibly hard. Thank you for carrying our colours and the message out to the people of Cloverdale-Langley City. I was there on the ground seeing all of you and seeing all of them, and it was absolutely awesome. But I was also out there at Terry Fox Secondary School celebrating the fact that a real Canadian hero is there on the $5 bill. It's great to see so many of you here tonight, especially those who came from across the country to be here with us. Especially good to see staff from constituency offices. Who here works in Constit? Now it's not that I like you Ottawa staffers, it's just I see those guys all the time. The work Constit staffers do is really the basis of everything we do here in Ottawa. You are the ones on the front lines, helping the people in your community, dealing with the hard cases day in and day out, making a direct and tangible difference in the lives of Canadians. Yeah. Everyone stand up for our Constit staffers. You make sure that MPs remain their community's voices here in Ottawa and not Ottawa's voice in their communities. You are the ones who know how people feel, what people think. You listen to Canadians' concerns, and without that, without your input, the work we do here in Ottawa would be impossible. I mean, think about it. Many of those who come into the office to ask for your help are coming to tell you about what maybe is the most important thing in their lives at that moment. They put their trust in you, and every single day you are deserving of that trust. Canadians and all of us here tonight owe you a massive debt of gratitude. And by the way, I want to take this opportunity to thank someone in particular, someone who celebrated her 30th year in working in a constituency office for Lawrence McCauley, Nancy Stewart. Nancy! Let's give her a huge round of applause. Nancy, you're an inspiration to us all. Think about it, 30 years spent at the service of your community is incredible, but 30 years of making Lawrence McCauley look good, even more incredible. Even Francis can't believe it. Speaking of constituency staff, I need to give a very special shout out to people who've been there for me and, more importantly, for the people of Papineau for so long. On peut-tu, s'il vous plaît, prendre un moment pour donner une main d'applaudissement à Stavroula, Rana, India, Alex et Rebecca. Merci, mon équipe. Now, constituency staff really deserve the holiday break that's coming up shortly. But the same goes for every staffer in this room. As time goes on, I'm even more and more impressed by your professionalism, your dedication, and your hard work. When times get tough, you step up. You concentrate on the only thing that really matters, fighting like hell every single day to make life better for Canadians. Thank you to everyone in this room for everything you do. Now, our caucus members deserve praise as well, along with anybody here who works in parle affairs. Avec tout le niaisage en chambre et les comités qui ont été transformés en cirque, les conservateurs continuent de montrer qu'ils n'ont aucun respect pour nos institutions, mais vous continuez d'être là à tous les jours pour les défendre. Merci beaucoup. In politics, there's always tough days and big challenges. But this team doesn't hold the record for the longest minority in Canadian history because we shy away from these moments. We put in the work, whether it's easy or hard. Dans les périodes difficiles, c'est pas le temps de baisser les bras. C'est le temps d'être ambitieux, d'être audacieux. C'est comme ça qu'on bâtit un Canada plus fort. Et c'est ce que tout le monde veut. Ben, sauf le Bloc. Le Bloc cherche la chicane. Ils sont complètement déconnectés des priorités des Québécois. Le logement, c'est une priorité pour les Québécois. Puis le Bloc a voté contre nos investissements grâce auxquels, en ce moment, il y a des milliers de logements qui sont construits à travers le Québec. La santé, ça aussi, c'est une priorité pour les Québécois. Puis le Bloc a voté contre des investissements dans le régime canadien de soins dentaires qui, en plus, est en train d'aider les Canadiens à sauver des centaines de dollars. L'environnement, c'est une priorité pour les Québécois. Puis le Bloc a voté avec les conservateurs contre le prix fédéral sur la pollution qui s'applique même pas au Québec. Non, mais tabarouette! Le Bloc dit une chose aux Québécois, puis une fois à Ottawa, ils font le contraire. À un moment donné, il faut que les bottines suivent les babines. Le français, c'est aussi une priorité pour tous les francophones. Puis le Bloc a voté contre des investissements records pour protéger et promouvoir le français. Mais on sait très bien, les francophones hors Québec, le Bloc s'en fout carrément. Il y a un seul parti qui défend les francophones partout au pays, et c'est le Parti libéral du Canada. right, and I just spoke French for a solid stretch there. Stay with us, Toronto. You can look up the translation online tomorrow. Je me demande comment ils ont traduit tabarouette. As a team, as a country, we've gone through a lot these past years. The pandemic, inflation, so much conflict and suffering around the world, international law being trampled, the very foundations of democracy being attacked. I've been wondering, is there such a thing as precedented times? And if so, could we please have some of those? When I look at you tonight, I'm reminded of the strength of our party, of our history. We're the Grits. On est le rouge. We've lived and led through 150 years of Canadian history. We were there for Canadians through the Spanish flu, the Great Depression, 2 world wars, the Cold War. We've seen tough times before, and we pulled through, because when we pull together, when Canadians pull together, nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop us. Over 150 years of Liberal history. In the meantime, the Conservatives have changed their names multiple times and changed their values more times than I can count. I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I remember when Conservative stood for protecting our institutions instead of trying to tear them down. I mean, just look at their current leader. His slogans are all about cutting taxes, but put an actual tax cut on the table, and he votes against it. He voted against a tax break for Canadians over these Christmas holidays. He voted to make, when he was a minister, he voted to make life harder for unions, to make it harder for workers to organize. But today, he pretends to stand with them. He voted repeatedly against the right to abortion. But now he tries to claim he's pro-choice. Let me be clear. Being pro-choice means standing up to the people who would take away that freedom, and that would mean standing up to his own party, which he won't do. Now, don't get me wrong. Believing in a woman's right to choose would be a good start for Conservatives. But as Liberals, we just don't believe in a woman's right to choose. We're ready to fight for it every single day. It has become abundantly clear that Pierre Poilievre will say anything, do anything, just to get elected. But there is one thing that hasn't changed: Conservatives' obsession with cutting programs that actually help people. It seems the only thing that Pierre Poilievre of Christmas past and Christmas present can agree on. With Pierre Poilievre's cuts, you pay the price. But Canadians know where the Liberal Party of Canada stands. We stand for an economy that is fairer, greener, and stronger. An economy that works for everyone, not just the richest few. We stand for safer communities, free from assault-style rifles designed for battlefields. We stand for a woman's right to choose. We stand for the right to be who you are and love whom you love. On se tient debout pour notre culture. On se tient debout pour nos langues officielles. We stand for the rights of linguistic minorities, and that means les francophones à l'extérieur du Québec and anglophones inside of Quebec. We stand for reconciliation, We stand against those who think they can exploit the vulnerable. We stand against hate and division. We stand with workers and the middle class. We stand with Canadians. We stand up for Canada. Merci, mes amis. Thank you so much. Joyeux Noël. Merci, mes amis.